right, go ahead and call this meeting of the Sequim City Council to order. If everybody can please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
With liberty and justice for all.
And if City Clerk will please take roll call.
Counselor Dan Butler,
Present.
Counselor Vicky Lowe,
Present.
Deputy Mayor Rachel Anderson,
Present.
Mayor Brandon Janice,
Present.
Counselor Harmony Rudder,
Here.
and Counselor Nicole Hartman.
Here.
Present approval of the final agenda.
I motion to approve the agenda as presented. I second that.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Any opposed? Seeing none, that motion passes. I have 2 interviews this evening. We'll go ahead and start with the first. Mr. Tjemsland. Good to see you back. Go ahead and jump right in here when you're ready.
Anytime.
Sorry, Mayor, can you hold for 1 second? Matt in IT is telling me that the room is muted, so I want to make sure that we have audio for the recording. We're good to go. Thank you.
All right. If you could please spend a few minutes to introduce yourself. And we are interested in hearing highlights of your experience that is relative to this position and why you're interested in being a Sequim City Council member.
Good evening. Thank you for inviting me for the interview. I'm very proud that I'm from Sequim. I've lived here all my life. I'm sure you saw that in my cover letter. My wife and I have raised 3 amazing daughters here. I retired from the city of Sequim after 35 years. I'm a retired Navy Seabee as a Chief Petty Officer. I wanted to be a council member for a long time, but being a city employee was pretty much impossible. I want to continue to serve our community, and being a council member is a great way to serve.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, Pete. Great to see you. Number 2, what is your vision for this role? How would you operationalize your vision?
Basically, I'd continue support of city residents and staff by listening and communicating.
Number 3 is, are there any issue areas that you are particularly passionate about?
Basically, giving staff the resources they need to keep the city of Sequim a safe and awesome place to live. Continued support for emergency management.
Hi, Pete. Good to see you.
Hi.
How do you provide guidance, foster creativity, welcome opposing viewpoints, and open dialogue?
Basically, it's just listening.
Hi, Pete.
Hi.
What legislative advocacy experience will you bring to Sequim City Council, and how would you leverage this experience to foster growth and relationship building with legislators?
Not much experience with it other than being on bus tours with legislators and presented various projects to the council over the years. And I'm a team player, and communication is very important.
Counselor Butler, do you have questions available for you?
I don't have them with me, and it'd probably be less disruptive if I continued to observe and not try and participate on the panel. So other than just saying hi, Pete.
Hi.
All right. All right. Based on what you know of this position, what skills or qualities do you believe are needed for someone to be successful in this role?
My ability to listen, which has pretty much been one of those things I've learned over the years, because as a young person, no one listens. And my leadership roles at the city and the Navy Seabees.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pete. Question number 7. Strong relationships are a key element of success. Can you give us an example of an experience that will demonstrate your ability to create, develop, and maintain successful partnerships and relations? What were the key components of your success?
I have helped create better, while I was here at the city, I helped create better relationships with the county, the state, the tribes, emergency management, and other water and sewer systems, basically by communicating with them and being open to what they have to say.
Number 8 is what issues is our city facing now?
Living here all my life, I think we've done a pretty darn good job of smart growth and replacement and repair of aging infrastructure is my other passion.
All righty. How do you ensure that your decisions align with our organizational goals and objectives? Can you provide an example of a decision you made that directly contributed to achieving those goals?
Know the goals, continue replacement, updating, and new infrastructure, providing citizens and customers with a safe and reliable system that includes not just water, sewer, which my primary focus was before, but streets, police, everything, and updating emergency management practices and equipment.
Right. That was all our questions for you. Do you have any questions for us?
I've been trying to figure out if I had any questions for you, and I don't think I do.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Thank you.
We'll take a 10-minute break. Go ahead and resume. Mr. Weber? Even, sir. Go ahead and begin when you're ready.
Let the games begin.
All right. Go ahead and spend a few minutes introducing yourself to us. We're interested in hearing highlights of your experience relative to the position and why you're interested in being a council member.
Excuse me, Mr. Weber. Can you please speak into the microphone for our recording? No, you can scoot the microphone closer to you.
Read it. Is that it? Can you hear me?
Thank you.
Never been a mayor or council member, any city, ran for office twice, campaign manager 4 times, 5 times. Ran a small business, 125 people, import, export, 4 offices. Inner city real estate development, 20 years, 30 years. Ran the business for import, export business for probably 20 years. What else? I've dealt with politicians in the past, directly and indirectly. Being out of Chicago, it's a political game to do inner city real estate development. The what I would bring to the table, I suppose, would be business sense. Been here about 9 years. Want to contribute. Anything else?
No, I think that answers it. Thank you.
Thank you. What is your vision for this role? How would you operationalize your vision?
Bring a sense of business to the organization. Try and verify the standing of the C40 cities in this program. And basically try and put it in a straight and narrow as far as the business sense.
Thank you so much. We'll go now to Nicole.
Number 3 question. Are there any issue areas that you are particularly passionate about?
Developing a business, I would guess. Outside real estate development, manufacturing, or using the available facilities in the area. Next.
How do you provide guidance, foster creativity, welcome opposing viewpoints, and open dialogue?
Well, listening is the primary. Secondary is to have a structured approach to any solving problem that should be resolved. Next.
Mr. Weber, what legislative advocacy experience will you bring to Sequim City Council? And how would you leverage this experience to foster growth and relationship building with our legislators?
I've worked with legislators in the past, whether being their campaign manager or advocates for various programs. there's many programs that are presently available that the City of Sequim is not utilizing at this point in time for development of businesses in the area. And if you don't take it, someone else will get it. Next.
Based on what you know of this position, what skills or qualities do you believe are needed for someone to be successful in this role?
Common sense. Could you rephrase the question?
Oh, say that one more time. Sorry.
He said common sense.
Common sense.
He said common sense and then asked if you could rephrase the question.
What skills do you think are needed for the position?
Listening, open for debate, understanding, and seeing the possibilities, the potential of any given situation. Next.
Thank you. Number 7, strong relationships are a key element of success. Can you give us an example of an experience that will demonstrate your ability to create, develop, and maintain successful partnerships and relations? What were the key components of your success?
Did international trade between China, Japan, Taiwan, and Germany for 20 years. As far as the concept of working with people, I've worked with politicians in Chicago, as well as other people that are in control. I think I can negotiate. Questions? Does it answer your question?
That's the, well, thing is that what you would like to provide as the answer to question number 7? It's very, it sounds like you've had a very varied background. And if that's what you'd like to provide, then thank you. Or we could move to number 8. Would you like to elaborate?
No, it's not necessary.
Okay, thank you.
Number 8 is, what issues is our city facing now?
That's a big one. Common sense, the concept of bringing in business to the environment. This is a retirement community, primarily, and you can't live on the retirement community in my mind. It's clean money, but it doesn't provide growth. As far as the other than real estate development. You have a problem coming up, I think, with UCC that has to be addressed in the near future, sometime this year. If that is not addressed, you'll own nothing and be happy. That's a deep area. Anything else?
No, thank you.
Next.
Go ahead.
How do you ensure that your decisions align with our organizational goals and objectives? Can you provide an example of a decision you made that directly contributed to achieving those goals?
I've had no exposure to this group or this city by and large since I've been here. As far as being a team player, sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. As far as achieving the goals, as the board says and commits, unless I leave the board, I will go in conjunction with the board. Next.
And those are all our questions for you. Do you have any questions for us?
How much time does it take?
You have 20 more minutes.
No, how much time does the job take?
Oh, well, there's meetings 2 Mondays out of the month, and those are anywhere from 2 to 4 hours, kind of depending. There's a lot of reading. I think I spend 15 to 20 hours a week.
Brandon,
know.
what do you think as far as the number of hours?
I would agree with that. It also depends on what committees you also get assigned to as well. There's an opening on the transit board if you were interested in that, and that has its own hours that would be associated with that once a month. The meetings are once a month, right, Rachel?
Sorry, say it again.
Transit board, they're once a month, right?
Yes. Some committees are once every 2 months. Some are once a month. Some are, I believe some are once like a quarter. Some pop up when needed, which could be never in a year. So there's a lot of variables.
So I can expect 12 hours, 15 hours a week? Is that what you're telling me?
It really depends. If you're on a lot of committees, it will be more time. If you do more research, it'll be more time. It depends on how long the meetings are. We typically have 2 a month, but sometimes we have special meetings that end up being more time in the month.
And how much reading?
What's that?
How much reading?
It'll depend on what the topic is leading up to the meetings, whether it's something covered in, say, the transportation master plan, whether it's the comprehensive plan that's going to be coming up, which, may require extensive reading. So it just depends on what the topics are any given agenda.
Comprehensive plan is what, a 20-year vision? Is that it? 5-year vision?
It's a long-term plan for the city, and it's a major update that we're going through right now.
Yeah, I've heard of it. But is it a 20-year or 5-year plan, you think?
10.
10-year. Got it. Anything else?
Do you have any other questions?
Time is always my concern. Liability is always my concern. What liabilities can we expect here? Financial. Quiet.
It's just a tough one to answer.
It always is.
Well, we
Why-
do
that's
get
why
to
I asked.
participate in the state auditor's entrance and exit exams, and there's a treasurer's reports, and there's quite a bit that comes as part of the council packet every meeting.
Part of the liability is making sure every council member follows the law. That's a big part.
Are you all bonded?
No.
Actually, you are through the risk pool.
Oh, excellent. I had no idea.
Pardon me?
How much is the bond?
I do not know because it is wrapped up into our risk pool coverage.
So does that come with health insurance too, then you're saying?
Health insurance is separate, and that I wouldn't know anything about that. The risk pool coverage is coverage that is the city is a member of a risk pool, and for certain items, tort claims, negligence claims, that sort of thing, the risk pool will come in and defend the city if the circumstance warrant. It's not a health program.
Can you get back to me on the bond that each member has?
So the amount,
Correct.
perhaps, yes. I would need to double check with if that is separately called out. I know that
It should be separately called out.
it is more than the state requirement, which I think is $10,000, but it's wrapped up in there, and I would have to reach out to someone.
Please do. Why did the prior person quit?
Oh, looks like, go take it, Deputy Mayor.
Well, last person we had was Mrs. Kathy Downer, and she said that she wanted to enjoy her retirement and enjoy her family.
course. All right, that's it for me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Have a good evening. All right, item 6, upcoming. We have 2 executive sessions. First one starting on Monday at 4:30, second one at 5, and then regularly scheduled at 6 o'clock.
I move to adjourn.
You too, sir.
Second.
All right, everyone have a good evening, and we'll see you Monday.